catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no, friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing, like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yo, welcome to the Basement Postgame Show. We are joined here tonight with myself, your host, Alex Sheltman. On the bottom here, I got George, and up top we got TJ. George, how you doing tonight?
Fantastic. This was a very relaxing, calm game. We played very well. There was nothing wrong at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was a great game. It wasn't a clutch game. That was the first time in a long time. We take the positives where we can find them. TJ, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing all right, man. Another close game, unfortunately, that the Heat lost. Giannis coming back does make a difference, in fact. So that was a very good game, man. Good to see.
No Royal during Black History Month. He exercised his black privilege to take the night off, so I am here in his stead. Hopefully I can do it justice while he's gone. Let's start off with some of the bullshit tonight, because there was a lot of bullshit. We'll start off with the number one op of the night, the Maytag repairman himself. You can see behind me, Days Without Deadman. We have it at 11. We're actually just going to shift this to 0. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. The man himself is stinking it up on the court. There's nothing we can do about it. We were down men tonight. Unfortunately, he's the only other dude we can throw out there. TJ, give me your thoughts on Deadman and how much of a sack of shit he is.
I would have rather saw UD. That should be everything you need to know about how I feel about Dewayne Dedmon. He went out there, after some rest, you would think, hey, maybe he comes back in, he's more productive, he does different things. Nope. Same old Dedmon. We know exactly who he is. I would have much rather saw Udonis Haslem, and that pains me to say. So not a whole lot on Dedmon. He was Dedmon tonight. Never want to see him again, and he proved every reason why he shouldn't be on the basketball court.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we are approaching the trade deadline fairly quickly here. So hopefully this might be the last time we see Dewayne Dedmon in a Miami Heat jersey.
Let me add, I know y'all saw it too. When they ended an offensive possession with a Deadman hook over Giannis, authentic. What are we doing? What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Some absolutely diabolical shit for sure. George, how did you feel about, there was a news story out today. The NFL is thinking about removing like the hip tackle where you grab a dude by the hips and pull him down. How did you feel about the Deadman hip tackle that we saw, at some point in I believe it was the second quarter today?
If I could put into words what I saw, like when my reaction to when he threw someone to the ground on a defensive possession, because he is 7 foot tall. He is our only rostered 7 foot tall player right now that's healthy, besides Yurtseven. And he could not out rebound. I think it was Wesley Matthews. And then he had to grab him and throw him straight to the ground. What in the world? I could not believe my eyes. And I don't get shocked by much, but that was fucking ridiculous. I just cannot believe that. He looks like he wants to do something out there. It's like sleep paralysis. It's like being there, knowing you want to move your arms, but the fucking action that comes out of this guy is ridiculous. He just doesn't know. It's like he's got lost complete control over his body. I don't get it. He can't shoot, can't rebound, he can't pass. It's like watching Rudy Gobert without a brain or any defensive capability. That's what Dwayne Dedmon's turned into. And I get it. You have to play him. We had no Orlando Robinson. You have no Yurt. Udonis Haslem is in a retirement village. You know, he needs the time off. I get it. You have to play him. But just stand in the paint. Don't do anything else. You don't do anything else, man. Joel Anthony knew what his role was, and he didn't. He stood there in the paint. You didn't see no bullshit three-point attempts, hook shots, sling tackles, nothing. He just stood there like a brick wall and said, fuck it, I'm getting paid $4 million to do this. Why can't you do that? Why?
I don't know, man. Thinks he's out there, thinks he's prime Shaq or some shit. Hakeem Elijah Deadman out there thinking he can get in the paint and put up some baby hooks or some shit. Shout out to our boy James Todd for the $20 dono here. Look, I know the talent is not the greatest, but Spo has to do better. Jimmy can't sit half of the fourth. We lost games we could have won because of this. Trade deadline is going to be very interesting, I hope. No, I mean, you're absolutely right. And I think we'll actually pivot to that a little bit because I do want to get in on Spo just a tiny bit. I know that, he's kind of working with a pile of shit this season, but some of the decisions he's making are a little bit questionable. Mainly the Jimmy thing. Like, we can't have the dude, like, he had 32 points through 3 quarters. He had 32 points for the game. Didn't score in the fourth. Sat half the first half of the fourth quarter there. He did it last game too against the Knicks. TJ, we talk about this a lot because like Spo's kind of limited in what he can do, but like there are some questionable decisions that he's making here. We have the next 3 days off. Like, why isn't Jimmy out there maybe putting in a little bit extra work?
I'm not really sure, man. We've seen it all season. It's been real up and down. He played 34 minutes tonight. Which is, I mean, of the starters, he was tied with Gabe Vincent, and only Caleb Martin of the starters played less than him. So, I don't know, man, why we're going through these weird lapses. Maybe, Spo is trying to preserve some dudes or for later in the season, I guess, because we've had so many injuries, because people have been in and out the lineups. Maybe that's the thinking behind it. But still, I don't think it's necessarily losing us games. I think it would help if those guys were out there, obviously, but I don't want to kill Jimmy and Bam and play them 40 minutes in a regular season game on a Saturday versus Milwaukee when you still got all of the season. This team is still obviously trying to contend and be in the playoff hunt and be healthy in the playoffs. So I guess we're saving them for the end of the season, but it's like, I'm guessing the reason we're seeing all these up and down lineups while Jimmy's not playing half of the fourth and everything like that is to save him because we've seen a lot of injuries this season. Maybe that's the thinking. That's the only thing I can come up with why we're not seeing dudes, because it's been a situation and an issue all season long with dudes, especially Jimmy and Bam missing like chunks of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no, I mostly agree. The one thing I will say, like, I disagree on a little bit is just the fact that we do have the next 3 days off. Like, it does feel like maybe we could go for it a little bit in a game that's close. It's close in the fourth quarter. This would be a big win on the road against a really good Bucks team that has all their players. And we're a little shorthanded. I think we had 8 or 9 guys tonight. So, it would have felt like a good push to try to go for it and maybe get Jimmy in at the 8-minute mark or the 10-minute mark and just kind of, see what we can make out there. But like, George, I think we've talked about this a little bit as well off stream, is like Spo's limited, but like what else can he do other than make these sort of boneheaded decisions? Because you can't leave Jimmy and Bam off the court for, 5 minutes, both at the same time, and leave it to Tyler and the other guys to pick up the slack. So, are you getting a little frustrated with Spo at this point, or do you think he's just, his hands are tied?
I'm not frustrated with Spo. I'm not. I understand. There's reasons behind what he does, and I feel bad for him. I genuinely feel bad for him. We were shorthanded tonight, but we've been shorthanded all season. We are the worst offensive team in the entire league. Last in points. And we have to hustle for every point, because it's so hard to get consistent numbers out of anyone these days, except for Bam. Bam has been the only constant, and Jimmy in some cases. But having Bam sit the first 5 minutes of the last quarter and Jimmy sit the last 7 points of the quarter, there should be, in my opinion, not a second, unless it's because of foul trouble, where either Bam or Jimmy they should be on the floor at one point in time. In my opinion, that's how it has to work. You have to have one of the two. So I just think you lose so much momentum. We saw how well when Bam gets going, you see how well the team performs. You saw the defensive, the SWAT to get the steal went straight into an offensive possession. We scored 2 points within 3 seconds, and you see the momentum shift. Then you take him out. I get it. It's a couple bad calls here and there. You don't want to get into foul trouble. You don't want to overextend your players. Same with Jimmy Butler. He started playing well. You saw it. But the second they hit the bench and Deadman touches the floor, it's hell. All hell breaks loose. I just can't handle that anymore. I can't handle watching my team get demolished like that.
Yeah, no, and I think you're right. And TJ, you want to jump in on that?
Yeah, just real quick. George, believe me, I'd want Jimmy and Bam to play the entire game. The problem is it's the team construction, bro. When you get Jimmy and Bam off the floor, everything else falls apart, and it shouldn't be that way. I understand they are best two-way players on the team, bro, but everything goes to hell when they're not on the floor. So those stretches where they're out are so much worse because Tyler can't do everything, and then he's out there with Haywood, Highsmith, and Gabe, Vincent, and a bunch of role players, and it's just like, what are we going to do, man? So the defense falls apart, the offense falls apart, man, and it's just tough without those guys out there. But you can't kill them because, like I said, it's the regular season, man.
Yeah, and I mostly agree with that as well. You know, we are one like serious injury away to either Jimmy or Bam, and the season just is in flames at that point. So it's like, what can you do at that point? You know, I want to go to the next thing here, but before we do that, we're gonna add a man in the back joining us a little late. Royal, how are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm never late. The show don't start until I get here. Big 14, bench players talking like starters. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. That motherfucker came in there, scored 18 in the first half. What did he do in the second half? No, you hoes had me. You hoes was gassing me up. You hoes talk about he could play point guard. You hoes talk about he a starter. You hoes talk about he elite, whatever. You hoes won't get me again. That motherfucker known to disappear on your ass just when you need him most. They tried to tell you last game. He's a one-quarter player. 1 quarter. This time you got a half out of him. 18 in the first half. Ooh, hit a little buzzer beater before the halftime. Everybody dick eating all over my timeline. Oh, bitch, but that second half. When we need your worthless ass to do something, where you at? Where you at, white man? Ghost. Motherfucker, that's what you gonna do. Don't talk to me about Tyler fucking Herro. I never cared. 24 points on 24 shots. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Like, Tyler Two-Face was out today. Like, he was good for one half, and then he was ass for the other. So, you know, we can go into Tyler here a little bit. You know,
for one half is relative. You feel me?
Right, yeah.
Good is a matter of perspective. If you're just gonna go out there and you're gonna gun and shoot everything, then of course you're gonna end up with a couple buckets on your resume. But them worthless ass buckets, bro. I need you to score when I need you to score. That's what I need. And I needed him to score in that second half. When Chris Middleton started open.
I'm with you for sure, because like Tyler shrunk in the fourth for sure. I think he hit that one floater, and then everything after that was just like bad decision after bad decision. He got a Bam screen. He took a fall away three. He was like 2 of 8 from 3 or some shit. Drew picked his pocket like twice, I think, where, Drew's a great defender, but like you're not doing yourself any favors by, not calling for help or doing something to improve the situation. So, this is why
he doesn't know what to do with the ball.
You're right.
When he has an African-American defender on him that can hit him with that lateral movement on defense. He's hitting him with lateral movement. He don't know what to do with that, bro. He don't know what to do with that. So let's just top tier role player. I said that shit last game. Y'all gonna hear me say that a lot. Spo called him a star today? Spo, you're a fucking liar. Stop lying to these people, Spo. Top tier role player. Okay?
It's time to stop. It's time to stop gassing up Tyler here on the star shit. I'm not going to give my opinion on Tyler. Everyone knows where I'm sort of at with that. But George, how did you feel about Tyler Two-Face tonight? Solid in the first half, absolute trash in the second. It's probably why he's the most frustrating player on the team for most people, and also the most polarizing as well.
He's still a one-quarter player. Let's put that out there. The second quarter was phenomenal. The first quarter was shit. Pure, unadulterated crap. It is the way it is. We deal with it. The problem with Herro is once he loses the slight amount of confidence that he has, he starts passing it off. And now I get it if you're passing for a better percentage shot, but there were so many times he was open on top of the key, with a defender with 2 or 3 spaces in front of him, and he would swing the ball to Caleb Martin. Now, Caleb's not a good 3-point scorer by any means. He's still, but funny enough, he's leading the team in 3-point percentage. And he's not even a good 3-point shooter. That's how bad we've been this year. Thank God Caleb Martin started hitting shots at the end of the game. But if he didn't hit those shots, this would have been so much more apparent. But Herro was passing out of every open shot. He was scared. He was genuinely scared. And just like last game, we saw it again this game. When the game's on the line, when it's crunch time, when it's in the clutch, we need him to perform, and he throws a bad pass every single time. He ruined the game last time. He ruined the game today. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I think we were down by 7 or 8 at that point. The game was nearly over. But you turn it over, Drew Holiday gets an easy dunk on the other end. Like, you know what he's good at? He's a good rebounding guard. That's what he is. Who can also kind of shoot. That's what Tyler Herro is. At the moment. He should be on the bench. We spoke about this on the Random Scrub Heap podcast. Check it out, by the way. Great episode.
Good plug.
It's the fact of the matter is, when this team is healthy and when we have all our players together, it should be Max Strus starting at shooting guard and Herro starting off the bench. That's what it should be. It should be that.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm ready to go there.
You that Max Strus won't be here.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that. But first, let's shout out James Todd, another $5 dono. Herro got pressed in the fourth. It's almost like the Bucks were not afraid of him and got all his space because they knew he'd turn the ball over. I mean, this is something we talk about frequently. Tyler is ass on defense. We all know that. It's not a secret. I think one of the things that we can discuss is the front office's job is to surround him to mask his flaws. Every player on the team is going to have flaws. Oh my goodness. Yeah, TJ. We'll get to Kyrie here in a second. I think TJ has some stuff on the mind with that man over there. But to back to the Tyler point, like every player has flaws here. Tyler's is clearly defense and among other things. And I think the front office sort of failed him and other parts of this roster by not being able to mask those flaws, and they kind of add up here. TJ, I think you're ready to cook on either Tyler or Kyrie. I'll let you go to work on whichever one you want, both, whichever. Go ahead.
Real quick on Tyler, I don't want to see him with the ball in his hands anymore. I don't want to see him operating offense, pick and roll. I'm tired of seeing Jimmy stashed in the corner. That's some ugly offense. Rather see Tyler working off ball and, catch and shoot situations, attacking a scrambling defense. I've said this from day one. That's what I prefer. I feel like him with the ball in his hands, running pick and roll, it makes our offense a lot tougher. If he's not going to be, world beater Tyler that he was last year. But let's talk about something, a little bit more, vibrant. Okay, my boy, Third Eye Kyle. Now, you people, I understand if you don't vibe with him. Okay, that's fine. But me personally, I don't care. I don't care what this man does off the basketball court. I only care about what he does when that jersey is on. And when that jersey is on, he is him. He is top 2 guard in the NBA right now, and I need it on my roster. I'm so tired of the offense being in the mud. Oh, and he can defend? Oh, okay. And that's something that we just don't have right now. So if you don't like the dude, say you don't like the dude, but don't give me no basketball reason as to why Kyrie Irving should not be on this team. That's ridiculous. That's ludicrous. I'm not getting into anything off the court. I do not care, like I said, but I need him on my roster. Ship everything. I don't care. Anything not named Jimmy, anything not named Bam, don't care. Get Kyrie Irving on my roster. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to get to that in a little bit, but first we'll go to Heather with the 499. George, I love you, but you went too far with Strus, man. Max Strus is just another undrafted guy to me. I don't really care about. Go ahead, George.
Thank you for the $5, Heather. I get 37 cents out of that. You're the best. I'm going to be honest. Max Strus, when I said should be starting, I'm not just throwing shit out there and hoping it sticks to a wall. He should be starting, but that's not the question now. We're talking about Kyrie. But I'm going to round off that entire conversation real quick. Tyler Herro is better off the bench. We need bench scoring. It only makes sense. That's it. 1 + 1 = 2. That's what I'm talking about. That's it.
Yeah, and we are going to go back to Kyrie here.
I heard that somewhere before, George. I ain't going to hold you. I don't know who said that. boy sound like a genius. Prophesy to you hoes out here. No, fuck that. It's my turn now. Bring me the pop god. Fuck is wrong with y'all? I'm with TJ, bro, 1,000%. I don't give a fuck what he says on Twitter. Just like I didn't give a fuck about Tyler Herro doing Jack Harlow videos. I don't give a fuck about people morality when we talking about this shit. I care about when they throw that ball up, who's going to give my team the best chance to win them games? Kyrie Irving, for all of that, whatever shit, flat earth, whatever. The court flat too. And he dominate that hole. So give him the rock and move the like. You can't make a basketball argument against Kyrie Irving with the Miami Heat, bro. It doesn't make sense, bro. Our team lacks offense. He's a one-man offense. Like it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. So I don't care about what anybody got to say about Kyrie Irving. I don't give a fuck about your personal opinions one way or the other. I don't give a fuck about Mickey's personal opinions. To be real with you, I don't care. I don't know Mickey just like I don't know Kyrie. What I do know is Kyrie know how to hoop, and if you put him on this team, then we're legitimately looking eye to eye with some of these teams that y'all be dick sucking right now. Like, just being real, bro. Like, if we get Kyrie Irving, one of the premier talents in the league, then we are looking eye to eye. Then we can talk about maybe beating a Philly in the first round or some shit like that. Then we can talk about that kind of shit. Other than that, though, y'all can miss me with that shit too.
Yeah, and I'm going to get to that a little bit because, like, when we talk about Kyrie, the basketball player, he's undeniably, one of the greatest point guards in the game currently. But I don't think any of us here are going to play morality police for any of the shit he does off the court. I don't think really any of us care. If you want to play the morality police and not be a fan of Kyrie, that's certainly up to you. I'm just going to go ahead and say, don't look up what Mickey Harrison supports off the court. Don't look up people like Kyle Lowry, what he's done in his past. There are players on this roster that are not squeaky clean. Mickey Harrison is not squeaky clean himself. So, if he wants to make the trade, that's certainly up to him. I think it's a great basketball trade to do. But at the end of the day, I think he's going to have to do, what he's going to do in regards to his personal beliefs. And that's certainly up to him at the end of the day. I do think Kyrie puts us in a conversation where if you make a secondary move for a 4 or a backup big, then you can start talking about, okay, can we make that next jump to the next level into like title contention here? And I think, going forward with that, we are 5 days away from the trade deadline. I think the Kyrie thing is going to be wrapped up quick. I think it's going to be done by Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. They were saying on Twitter a bunch, not me, just what people are saying on Twitter. But I think we have to be in the mix for that if we want to say this is a serious team. Otherwise, they're just admitting they're not a serious team. I do want to get back to the game a little bit. We did talk about Tyler. We talked about Deadman. So I want to go to the good here. Jimmy Butler was absolutely flawless today until he was hamstrung by his own head coach and sat for the first half of the fourth quarter. Royal, I'll go to you. What did you see from Jimmy tonight that allowed him to just impact the game on a scoring level like playoff Jimmy did?
Oh yeah, free throw merchant. When Jimmy gets free throws, then he's elite. When Jimmy doesn't get free throws, then he's above average. You know what I mean? And that's just the reality of his game. That Spo point that you made on that lead, though, very interesting. I'm trying to figure out how long Spo gonna stick to his guns with this shit, because it seems like he's consistently waiting to that 6 minute mark to bring Jimmy back in, and the team is kind of like flying off the rails at that point. Like at some point, like in order to be able to continue to like put something together and kind of string together a solid season, you're gonna have to just go ahead and say like fuck it. Like if that's what you want to do, like if you want to go for this season, then you have to realize that Jimmy Butler needs to be in the fourth quarter earlier when shit starts to go off the rails. And I think that's on Spo. That's not on Jimmy. But in terms of Jimmy's game, like he's gonna do what he's gonna do, bro. He's gonna get into the paint. He's gonna, do some things in the mid range. He's going, try and foul bait.
Not pass to Bam.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, look at Bam right in his fucking eyes, do like this, and shoot it anyway. And then he's gonna go to the free throw line. Like that's where he eats, bro. He eats at the free throw line. As long as he's getting to the rim, then he's elite Jimbo. But other than that, like I mean, he did what he did. I'm at the point now where Jimmy can't impress me. Like, and I know like that's like a terrible thing to say, like to the point of almost the apathy to what Jimmy does. But he can't impress me. Like I expect Jimmy to be the player leading us when we get in these competitive games. So you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he did his job tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Jimmy's at his best when he's getting to the line 10 times a night, which he did tonight. I'm going to go to George now. George, does it frustrate you at all when like you see this type of effort where Jimmy's engaged and interested in the game and he, puts up an easy 32? And then there's other games where he just doesn't give a shit. Like, does that frustrate you at all?
No, not the flip flop between game to game. That doesn't piss me off at all. It's I hate it when he puts on a performance like this on both sides of the ball. He's been the best two-way player in the league for the last 2-3 years. Let's be honest right now. Overall, the best two-way player. That's a non-debatable in my opinion. To see him do that well and then get rested for the first 7 minutes of the last quarter pisses me off. That really upsets me because he could have made an impact. Here we go.
Real quick, George, I ain't gonna lie to you. That boy Idris got something to say about that this season, about that best two-way player remark. Like, Idris had something to say about that. With that offense starting to come along, we know, like, Jimmy's not one of the top 2 or 3 defenders in the league. Bam is. And when you add in what Bam has done offensively this year, like, I mean, I give you the point that in the playoffs, Jimmy is one of the best two-way players. But we talking about, like, right now, currently, he got to take a back seat, dog.
Also, Giannis right there, bro. Yeah.
I was going to say it myself.
Giannis is a football player disguised as a basketball player. Okay? I love him. I'm Greek. He's Greek.
What you think Jimmy do?
Jimmy doesn't walk up to the offense and do this. Jimmy does not do that. Jimmy does not do this, okay? I'm going to get my camera back.
All right, you guys are going to have to donate to see George's feet at this point because this is a fetish stream, I guess. But we'll pivot over to TJ. TJ, I saw you tweet out something like Jimmy just has quiet games. Like you'll look up and he suddenly has 25 or some shit. Like, did you want to see more from Jimmy? He took 21 shots tonight, got to the line 10 times, but I feel like he could have taken 30 shots tonight.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It just he do what when Jimmy has a good game, he do what a superstar supposed to do. It just don't look real superstar-y, if that makes sense. It ain't cute, It don't look good. It ain't entertaining to watch Jimmy have a big night because of the way, unless it's in the playoffs. When he in the playoffs, that's some of the most entertaining basketball I ever seen a day in my life. But in his regular season big games, bro, like it's a whole lot of free throw shooting, whole lot of little floaters, whole lot of tough little middies. Like that's cool, I guess. But it just
it's Miami Heat basketball. It's Miami Heat basketball, TJ. That's what
exactly.
He is, bro.
You're absolutely right. He embodies Miami Heat basketball 100%, bro. So he looked like Jimmy. I don't expect more, don't expect less, but it's just like, okay. He had 32, like, but it didn't look good, So I'll take it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I swear to God, he turned around. He had like I think 4 straight possessions where he just got to the line or got a bucket. And I look up and he was like at 12 points and now he's at 22 or some shit. And I'm like, when did this happen? Like it felt so effortless. He was, getting to his spots very easy. And I guess that's why we're all so frustrated. Like him sitting the first half of the fourth is mind boggling to see every single night at this point. Cause you put him in, you let him cook. He's clearly dominating the game to this point. Our offense is not really doing anything outside of some Jimmy ISO ball. And so, when the Bucks start to take over the beginning of the fourth and Jimmy's on the bench, it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, why are we going away from what's working? So, Royal brought him up to George's point about best two-way player in the league. Royal, talk about Mr. Idris to me tonight. I thought he was great defensively. I thought, even though he only had 16 points, he played a great game overall. He had 11 rebounds, 8 assists. So he was just kind of doing everything tonight. Are you frustrated he didn't shoot more?
No, I'm not frustrated that he didn't shoot more. Like, Heather was talking that shit in the group chat about he wasn't rebounding. He ended with 11 rebounds. I think that led the game, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Giannis plays basketball. But anyway, outside of Giannis, who's not a real human being, like, Bam led the game in rebound. So, I mean, I'm fine. He had 8 assists, too. Look, Bam plays a well-rounded game all the time. You're always going to get elite defense. Like, he just has to guard everybody. Like, that's the problem. The problem with Bam being so good defensively is that teams can easily scheme for that. Like, put him away from where the ball is going, and we have the best chance to possibly score. And they do that. And so, but he still finds a way to be impactful defensively. Like, in terms of his shot selection, you got Jimmy, who's got it going a little bit. You know what I mean? You got Tyler, who's going to shoot that bitch one way or the other and don't give a fuck what Bam got going on. Like, so you get in where you fit in. Like, I got smoke for Tyler Herro. Like, I don't like him. I don't like him. And he's hindering Bam's game. Like, he's slowing him down. Motherfucker want to see how Tyler play without Kyle, bro. He play like this. He shoot the ball all the time because he has the ball more. Like, that's why he needs a lead guard next to him. He need another guard. Like, any guard, anybody that can handle the ball needs to be next to him because it's going to hinder Bam. If Tyler's our lead guard, Tyler's just going to shoot more. He's not going to facilitate more. He's not going to find Bam, all that passing Bam, the best passer of the ball, whatever that shit is. But either way, back to Bam. Bam was great. Like, Bam's always great. So, yeah, but Tyler fucking sucks, and I hate his guts, bro. Like, I don't want this motherfucker to succeed on this team. I want him to be good somewhere else. Please, I'm tired of him. He's killing me.
We'll allow you to mix that in every single time.
It's Black History Month, my dog. You can't allow me to do nothing on this network.
My apologies.
I do what I want all the time. Okay, go ahead.
That's my mistake, of course. But we're gonna shout out Heather for another $4.99 here. I said that in the first quarter. Don't do that. Also, no one can win against Giannis. He gets all the fouls. I mean, Giannis is getting those fouls because that dude is a giant. He is a behemoth. George said he was a football player. He is something beyond that because I saw him drive to the lane and shoulder Gabe, and I was genuinely afraid for the man's life at that point. He looked like he was going into the third row.
Stop lying to these people. Gabe got nowhere near that man's shoulder. Like, he's a foot taller than Gabe Vincent. He probably a thigh. He's probably like a thigh or something. That's where Gabe get up to him. Yeah, he does not bother that man at all. He's an insect to Giannis Antetokounmpo, bro.
The contact was made, and I thought he was just he was gone.
Are we gonna act like Gabe didn't literally die last year against Ant and Edwards? It did the exact same thing.
That was a charge. I don't care.
Get out of the paint. You're 6'1".
That was a charge.
God damn.
He took a good charge.
Who took a good charge?
Gabe on Edwards. That was not a dunk. That was a charge.
And a half.
Gabe took Dingaling to the face. That's what he took in that game. And dunked all over that boy. Fuck is you talking about? Listen, fool. Charge, no. That boy.
I'm going to my grave on that was a charge just because I'm salty about it. But hey, that's the agenda I gotta push. We'll continue with Bam. TJ, how'd you like Bam's game overall tonight?
Big 13. I was fine with what he did tonight, man. That third quarter stretch where he activated his takeover Oh my goodness. He gave Giannis a jump in his face. He gave Brooke a jump in his face. Got 2 deflections, got a steal on one of them. I was like, oh, this is what we want to see. And, hating ass Jimmy, he was like, I got to get mine, big dog. And then on that transition, instead of giving it back to Bam on the layup, Jimmy said, I need that for myself. Bam's biggest ops are Tyler Herro, Spo, and Jimmy Butler. It makes no sense. They do not want this man to succeed, bro. Spo gonna pull him as soon as he start cooking. Jimmy got to get his, and he ain't gonna look for him in pick and roll. And then Tyler Herro, the racist man himself, soon as Bam get it flowing, soon as he get it going, soon as he hit a couple jumpers in a row, Tyler said, I need it for me. And he gonna shoot that 30-footer for no fucking reason at all. So they need to adjust their game to fit Bam better. Spo need to get his lineups together to fit Bam better, because my boy, it seemed like he can do it whenever he wants to, bro. When he wanted to take over in that third quarter, when it seemed like the game was slipping a little bit, he did it, man. And he's able to do it whenever he wants to. And I want to see it consistently, and we've seen it. We got to get rid of the stretches where, like in the first quarter, where he just didn't touch the ball. He didn't get his first bucket till a couple minutes into the, them too. A couple minutes into the second quarter, man. Like, I don't want to see stuff like that. Get Bam going early. Keep him in the rhythm of the game throughout the game. Don't have these stretches where Bam's just on the court looking for handoffs. He's not doing anything. He's out the play. So do a better job getting Bam involved. Do a better job of making sure he's getting to his spots consistently, getting the ball consistently, and then we'll see great Bam all the time. So I like what I saw. Wish we saw more of it, but he still almost had a triple-double. So you take your wins with your win.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think you're onto something with the biggest ops for Bam, because, like, I think part of the reason why I was asking Royal if he was frustrated Bam didn't shoot more was Jimmy took 21 and Tyler took 24 and Bam only took 15. And I want to see one of those dudes give that number to Bam and one of those dudes takes Bam's number. George, do you think Bam could have, been a little bit more aggressive like we saw for the Knicks game? It looked like Bam was just more in tune with, like, give me the fucking ball. I'm going to go at Julius Randle and I'm going to get this 30-piece real quick. I just didn't really see that tonight. Is that something, you would agree with or not?
I think it's hard for him when he's the only person there that's physical enough to do anything in the paint, when he's going up against a Giannis and a Brook Lopez. And, it's got to be hard. You got to picture it walking into the paint, trying to get your own over them two. It's hard. It must be hard, because when Caleb Martin, he's not physically imposing. He's not dragging the defense out anywhere. He missed his first three threes, I think it was. He doesn't demand respect. So Brook Lopez and Giannis know exactly what they have to do. Bam tried to get his shot, didn't work. Started passing. He had 4 assists before he had any point, by the way. No points, 4 assists. That is the Bam Adebayo of 2 years ago. So I'm not saying he reverted, but tonight he had to adjust. Now, 16 is still not a bad number. He could have had a triple-double tonight. But when you look at a player like, we talk about Bam being one of the best 3 big men in the entire league. And I believe that. Honestly, I do. But for him to play like the other two, your Embiid and your Jokic as well, they're the focal point of the offense. They're the number one. They're the best player on their team unequivocally. I'm talking, it's not even a question. Spo's never going to do that. Spo's never going to go play through that one player just like that. He didn't do it in the Big Three era. He didn't have to do anything in the Big Three era. Let's be honest. He had 3 of the best players in the entire planet on his team. But they worked in tangent.
Don't do Spo like that.
No, I'm not saying he did nothing. I'm not saying he did nothing.
Spo like that, bro.
Is his job easier now or before with the Big Three era?
It's easier now. I ain't got no fucking talent. I'm not gonna win no way. Back then he had expectations. Now who the fuck expect this team to do? Well, we know who expect them to do something. But really, George?
There are some dumb people who invested in this team who are sitting there going,
That's very true. That's very true. But his job was much harder with the Big Three. He actually had talent. He had people who he had to figure out. He had LeBron James to figure out how to maximize LeBron James, the best talent in the league. That's what his job was then. That's a difficult job to figure out how to pull more out of what LeBron James is already giving you. Now, you done pulled everything out of Max Strus. You're damn near pulling out organs at this point, George. You're pulling intestines out of Gabe Vincent. Okay, you're pulling a diaphragm.
You're pulling burgers out of Kyle Lowry's hands.
You feel me? Like, come on now. Spo is literally dragging motherfuckers to heights that their basketball talent would never have taken them. So, like, he is working miracles now compared to what he had to do then. Like, but look, it's pretty easy. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
He's gonna maximize the shit out of Chris Silva when we sign him on a 10-day. He's gonna maximize the shit out of him.
I'm jumping off a roof if Chris Silva's ever back on the team.
He'll be back. He will be back. Watch the trade deadline end with we have acquired Orlando Robinson back from surgery, Duncan Robinson back from surgery, Omer Yurtseven back from surgery, and signing Chris Silva to a 10-man. My name here tonight is Ortheos Voithesis, which is may God help us. May God help us, because I just saw a report from Woj.
Ain't no way. Not my God.
Have mercy on our souls.
Not the God I serve, George. He don't spell his name like that. He don't spell his name like that. That looks like a curse, George. You're not going. That's a Vada Kedavra. You ain't fooling me, bitch. I see you. I know what that is.
I pre-ordered Hogwarts Legacy. That's going to be a dope game. And when that comes out, if the trade deadline goes bad, I'm still going to be playing Hogwarts Legacy. It's going to be okay. I'm going to be fine.
It's over with for Hufflepuff as soon as I hit the streets, George.
By the way, this is important as well. Kyrie wants $198.5 million over 4 years.
Well, I hope Kyrie spends some of that money on insurance, because he's going to need some sort of insurance, like the primary sponsor of the basement, Simple Health Advisors. Insurance does not need to be complicated, folks. Email them today or give them a call. Let them know the basement sent you. You can email our guy, James Pugh, at simplehealthadvisors.com, or you can give him a call at 321-345-7738. Thank you. I was leaving it there for George, but he was just not receiving, so I was just, we got to slide in there a little bit.
I was cooking George in the middle of his soliloquy. My bad, yo.
Let's shout out the boy Stone here. $9.99 for Scoot. Scoot is out of the question at this point. That is a pipe dream that I will never get to see. Unfortunately, that was my long-lived agenda, but that is dead. Unfortunately,
at this point in time. He's a Houston Rocket player.
Yeah, he
is going to ruin that boy hoops over there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to watch some bad basketball? If y'all want to watch some bad basketball, watch Houston play. That is terrible, dysfunctional hoops going on over there, bro.
They hate each other.
They are deluded into thinking that Sengun is like this unbelievably amazing player. When you play that much, when you have the ball in your hand that much, when Kelly Olynyk went to your team and averaged 21, 8, and 5. You know that when Sengun does the exact same thing, it means fucking nothing. It means nothing. Just like Nick Claxton.
I don't know. I seen Sengun play with move the ball around the court there.
That boy Justin no ball. Hey. Oh, you a Hufflepuff?
Bro. I'm Slytherin.
Oh, I'm about to say I got a Avada Kedavra waiting on your bitch ass. Soon as you hit the common room, it's gonna be me and you. Okay, you on guard, bitch. You better be ready now. I'm coming.
Oh my goodness. George said he's Slytherin.
We talk about the $198 million contract demand
for Kyrie, the max.
Actually,
go ahead. What do you want to say about it?
No, I don't want to say anything about it. I think I know what you're going to say. You're going to talk about the fact that we're not going to extend him at all. We're just trying to get this ring for this year, and then he can walk if he wants. $200 million over 4 years is ridiculous.
If they give up any assets of value for a rental of 30 games of Kyrie, there is going to be a war on Heat Twitter.
No. Wait, one important thing.
What side of the war
unless there's a ring at the end of it. If we get a ring, I don't give a fuck what we gave up.
There's not going to be a ring if it's just Kyrie coming here. Let me inform you of that right now. We're going to need more than just Kyrie.
2 seconds for Christian Wood from the Dallas Mavericks.
They won a first.
What side of this war y'all on? If we get Kyrie Irving, would you give a shit?
If we get Kyrie Irving, give up 2 picks for him, and do not extend him, I am going to be on the pissed off side. You better extend that man. If you're giving up 2 picks, you better extend him.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at.
George?
If it really to a ring this year, I couldn't give a shit. 2 picks for a ring, let's be honest. What do you want? What would you rather have? Those 2 picks, those 17 to 18, maybe 21st pick. Who gives a crap?
Yeah, but if you give up 2 picks for a ring, why wouldn't you extend
I
them?
don't. You know what? I'd give up 2 picks just to see Bam play with a real point guard.
But to my point, like, why wouldn't you extend him if you give up 2 picks and
Because
you get a ring?
$50 million a year for a guy who I'm not even about to dive into what the hell that guy. What's wrong with him? Because there's a lot wrong with that guy. He could not play for a whole year. He could move to Siberia for all we know and just start Mongolian throat singing at the top of a mountain. We don't know. He could do what the fuck he wants.
TJ, what side of this do you fall on?
I don't know. It must be like the drugs or something. Bro, I don't care. I don't care. I need this team to do something, bro. I can't keep going with like this. Like, I don't care if it's 2 picks, bro. I don't care if it's Caleb Martin, Kyle Lowry. I don't care if they give up 14, bro. I need to see a move, bro. And I don't care about extending him. Get a man a full money. You're giving Kyle Lowry practically $30 million. You're giving Duncan Robinson $17 million. Why y'all worried about who cares about the money? You paying bullshit. At least Kyrie's actually good at basketball. If he want to take 6 weeks of PTO, I don't care. You watching Kyle Lowry out there doing nothing anyway. He might as well be on PTO. We don't want Deadman to play at all. We want him to be on PTO. At least Kyrie Irving is good at basketball. I don't care, bro. I don't care at all. I want this team to make a move, bro. You get Kyrie and you get a power forward, I'm ready to say, okay, you can compete for a championship. Because really, you just need talent, man. You need somebody who can run your offense and get a bucket in the pinch. And that's exactly what Kyrie does. So I don't care about extending them. I don't care about giving up assets to get them, bro, because this team needs talent, bro. That's all it needs.
Here's my thing. It's kind of like, for everybody who's skeptical about potentially giving up those first-round picks, if Kyrie Irving was on this team, would you be more inclined to watch them? Absolutely. Because they'd be more entertaining. They'd be a better team. They'd be like, even if you are going down in flames, you're going down in flames now and you hate watching it. At least with Kyrie, you have something to look forward to. And then on top of that, you still have Kyrie, Bam, and Jimmy here. Like, even if this team ain't the one, if you extend Kyrie Irving, then people are going to come and play with them. You got the buyout market that you can allow player in next year. Like, the free agents who's going to be ring chasing and whatnot, they would come to a team with Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo. That's an attractive core. Like, and I don't give a shit like about no picks, bro. We don't play Jovic now. He was a first-round pick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit don't mean nothing to me, bro. Hey, y'all listen to Alex Joe. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Basement Sports Network. That's the best kind of currency that y'all can offer us. We're a fledgling, growing network trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. So make sure that y'all subscribe to the network. Make sure y'all hit that like button for us. And leave us a comment to let us know whether or not y'all like, hate, whatever. Not in the live chat, but under the actual video, leave us a comment. Let us know whether or not you like what we're doing, whether or not we should change it. I can tell you right now, if you say we should change it, we're going to say, fuck you. We don't give a fuck. We're going to do what we want to do anyway. But tell us anyway. We still like to hear that kind of shit. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alex. You can get back to hosting, G.
Yeah, TJ mentioned, we got to do something here at the deadline. And, I spent a little time coming up with little bit of a checklist here for Mr. Pat Riley. Maybe we can accomplish some shit here going into the deadline here. First thing we have here, Pat Riley needs to wake up. Do not sleep. So checklist item number 1 is Pat Riley, do not be asleep.
Wake up, Pat Riley.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, one of the good things we have here is tell Dewayne, Deadman, and Duncan Robinson to get the fuck off this team. That is a please do. I saw the last of Dewayne Dedmon tonight, hopefully. Get that shit off here. And Duncan, we haven't seen him in a while, but he remains op number 1 for many on this network. I'm just going to pan the camera down here a little bit because we got to go a little bit lower. We got Kyle Lowry at McDonald's as a no. This man needs to be away from the McDonald's. I don't know what he was doing tonight. And, you know, we also have another thing here where Kyle is running away from some vegetables. That's also a no. He needs to eat his vegetables. If he's going to stay on this team, he needs to eat his vegetables and avoid McDonald's at all costs. I don't know if that's a possible thing for him at this point.
No.
But, you know, we are approaching the trade deadline and he's putting up 0-0-0 every single game. So I don't know if he's going to get moved for really anything at this point. And then the last thing we got here, as I rip this off, let me see if I can get this for you, is subscribe to the basement. And,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't subscribe to. We're not going to go there. We're not going to do that.
Let's go. Oh,
But let's wrap this stream up. I'm gonna go around the horn here before we get to the last game. Anyone that wants to talk about anything else, Royal, I'll start with you. You want to talk about anything at all before we get to the next game?
Not for sure. Shout out Caleb Martin, bro. Hey, bro, hoop tonight. Want to make sure that we give him his flowers. Otherwise, they're going to be on our ass anyway. So want to make sure that whenever Caleb Martin hoops, we give him his proper credit. And tonight, bro was balling. He didn't shoot well from three, but I thought he was aggressive. I thought he played solid defense. He damn sure was helping out on the rebounding, so I appreciate that. And, you know, I mean, he just did his part, bro. He played bigger than what he was, even though he's little, bro. So it is what it is. I appreciate that, man. So shout out to Caleb.
Yeah, I thought Caleb was solid. Again, he needs to be the backup three. Maybe they address that at the trade deadline. George, you want to get off anything in general? Anything you want?
I'm just looking forward to the next 3 days. I really am. I swear to God, it's going to be the most exciting time of the season. We're just going to see. We have to see something, because if nothing is done and that trade deadline passes, we will see fucking mayhem. There will be massive problems, and I'm not talking about with the fans. The fans are going to talk anyway. Make a move, don't make a move. People are going to talk shit anyways. The ramifications of not making a move right now will be felt next in the offseason, next year, next offseason. Because let's be honest, how much more of this shit can some of the players bear? Especially players going into the prime of their career. Because if it's not all in now, then we're fucked.
George, I ain't going to hold you though, George. If them boys don't make no moves at the deadline, our numbers gonna go through the roof. Because we will be doing the dummy on the basement. Not even gonna hold you. Like, this shit gonna get hella flagrant. Y'all think they hate our ass now? You let this team don't make no fucking moves.
There's a 2-man game in the works. I hear if that does not happen, we're gonna be salivating for that. I'm not releasing any info.
You have the wrong pigment to be around here trying to, you know what I'm saying, release that type of classified info, okay? You must be of a certain hue on this network to release.
I want you to do me a favor. Remove this cracker from my show.
And during Black History Month at that, George, you had, okay, there you go, George. Vacate the premises. Because when you're talking about that 2-man game, y'all know the two. Y'all know the two. Y'all know who.
Boys.
And, listen, and we gonna get out the way, and it's gonna be ISO. Okay, I'm gonna let them boys cook. I'm not gonna hold you. Come on back, white people. Come on back.
Absolutely
George.
ready for that primetime viewing. We'll finish up here with TJ. TJ, any general thoughts you want to get out before we go to the next game?
Not really. Everybody on the team was a net negative except for Bam Adebayo, so shout out to him. He's the only reason I continue to watch these games.
No, yeah, I mean, that's the story of the season, right? Bam Adebayo and the other guys. Next game, as we have talked about a little bit here, is February the 8th, one day before the trade deadline. It is Wednesday of next week. We are at home versus the Indiana Pacers. George, is the boy feeling good about the Pacers at home?
No. Actually, yes. because I get to watch Tyrese Halliburton play. That's fun. That's fun. He's an all-star this year. Probably shouldn't have been, but he's an all-star.
You hating George?
No, I'm not, because he's a future Miami Heat player. Because when he gets sick of the cornfields over in Indiana, he's coming here. He's coming here. In 2028.
I have been tricked too many times about these future Miami Heat players.
That's Supermax Indiana give him gonna hit George like methamphetamine. Well, you better quit playing.
I will be eating the Cubano sandwich in Miami at that time, and then I'm gonna look at my phone and see Tyrese Halliburton traded for Tyler Herro and 3 first-round picks.
That's how you know he kept Tyler gone this year.
Oh,
somebody taking that poison pill. If I have to shove it down their fucking throat, they taking that bitch now.
TJ, Indiana Pacers at home right before the trade deadline. The boy feeling good?
Oh, I don't give a damn about the game. The boy is feeling lovely because a move is coming. Oh, I've been praying. We've been waiting for this day. We have banned it for all this season long. And ladies and gentlemen, the day is soon come. Who cares what? They could get beat by 70. They can win by 70. Don't care. They need to make a move, and that's the only thing that I'm looking forward to. So the boy feeling great because a move is coming.
No, I'm with you for sure. This is feeling like one of those trap games where if they win, no one's getting moved. And if they lose, you know shit's going on behind the scenes because they're ready to blow that shit up. But I'm going to Royal last. Royal, the boy feeling good?
You kind of threw me for a loop there when you said if they win, they ain't nothing finna happen. That shit just kind of made me not even want to save my little shit no more, bro. I don't want to
put you in a spot.
Yeah, bro. I don't like that, bro. You never hosting me again. I can tell you that much for sure. The Heat finna blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about? Damn it. I don't want to do this to myself, but yeah, this is just the kind of game that they're going to win. Half the roster is going to be out because they finna get traded. So Jamal Cain masterclass. That's what's going to happen. Jamal Cain finna get called up for some mysterious reason for this game, and my boy going for 26. Fuck is you talking about? Him and Bam, 2-man game. Tyler going to be out with some mysterious injury too. You going to find the new best passer to Bam on the roster in Jamal Cain before the new best passer to Bam get here after the trade deadline. But yeah, one way or another, when the trade deadline get here, we will all be anxiously watching. So this next game in the grand scheme of things means jack shit to me. I don't care. But just to answer the question, yeah, he going to win? Why not? Yeah, if that shit, what you say come true, bro, I'm flying to Jersey to choke you, bro. Just being real. I'm just not even gonna hold you, bro. I'm flying to your location. I know your address.
Hey,
by the way.
I am rooting for the shakeup, so don't put that on me, okay?
I don't care. You said it on the stream. That make it your opinion. I'm coming for you, bro. I'm coming to your crib.
Oh, good Lord, help us if they do not do anything to this roster. It is going to be some sort of time here. But that's it for us. I want to thank everyone that showed up in the comments, chatted with us tonight. We appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun shit. Go follow everyone on here on Twitter except Royal because he'll tell you not to. He'd rather you just block his ass. Shout out to George for joining me tonight. Shout out to TJ. Shout out to Royal for hopping in and fixing this shit up for us. We needed a 4-man game. And shout out for Justin in the back. You can play the video, Justin.
Oh yeah, we packing somebody up tonight. Hey, come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe. You already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no, friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul. So when the ring is the goal, but if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing, like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.